Hey guys, this is going to be a video on the basics of using an AR-15, and in front of me I have a Colt LE6920 with a couple modifications because it's registered in California. Okay, I'm going to start on the basics of how it basically works. So it'll take rounds or cartridges from a magazine, so a magazine will come in here, and it'll feed it into the chamber. Once it's locked inside the chamber, a firing pin is going to hit the back of the round hard enough to cause a small controlled explosion in the chamber, and then the tip right here is the bullet that's going to fire out of the barrel. So I'll just start off on showing you where the chamber is. So there you can see, let me get a light, you can see the chamber is empty, and I will put one in there so you can see what it looks like with a round in the chamber. Okay, let's remove that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you is how to clear the rifle, or how to make it safe, because you should always clear it before you handle the rifle. Safety rule number one is you always keep your index finger stiff whenever you're handling the rifle, because you never want to grab it like this, because you could end up grabbing the trigger and pulling it on accident. So rule number one, keep your index finger straight.
In a free state, you would be free to use a standard AR-15 grip like this one, and in that case you would grip as high up and forward as you can, and you could wrap your thumb around it for a better grip. But I am not free to do that because I live in California, and that's why this thing is here.
Rule number two is that rounds can be in two places. They can be in the magazine or in the chamber like I showed you. And so the first step is to remove the magazine, and then next is going to be to look inside the chamber to make sure that's clear. This is the magazine release button. You're going to push that, and some magazines like this Lancer L5 will just fall out of the rifle. Other magazines like this Hex Mag Series 1 won't drop free because they fit so tightly in the magazine well that when you press the magazine release button, they get bound up in there, and you're going to have to pull those to get those out. To lock the bolt open and see inside the chamber, we're going to flip it over, and you're going to notice this metal part right here called the bolt catch. This bolt catch is a lot like a slide release on a handgun, and when we push this in, after we pull the charging, so this T-shaped part is called the charging handle, and when we pull this all the way back, it's going to pull the bolt with it. And if we push and hold on the bottom, we can lock the bolt open, and then we'll be able to get a look inside the chamber. Generally, I just do it like this, pull all the way back, press and hold, and then it catches the bolt. So now this is free to just push in, and now we can turn the gun around. I can show you the bolt locked in the backward position, and we can look inside, and we can see that the chamber is empty. You may have noticed we didn't have to do anything to open the dust cover, and that's because the dust cover opens anytime the bolt goes forward or backward. So if I close the dust cover and drop the bolt, we can see it opened, and if I close the dust cover and I pull the bolt backward, lock it open, we can see again the dust cover is open. Let me just review that one more time. Come across the gun, you want to make sure it's clear. You're going to release the magazine, and we've removed one source of ammo here. Now I have to take a look inside there. So as I said, I'm going to take this charging handle, pull it back, and what that actually showed us is I just saw a round fly out of the gun, so that round got extracted. But now I'm going to push down, push this forward, take a look inside the chamber, and now we've cleared the gun and made sure that it's safe to handle. Now that we know how to unload and clear the gun, I'm going to show you how to load it. Say we're at the range and ready to start shooting. At the range, you're always going to keep your rifle pointed downrange. I would go ahead and use this lever here, press it down, and pull your stock all the way backward. Usually these stocks are adjustable by pressing this lever. I lever around here and moving this in and out. Mine is in a fixed backward position because I'm in California. Next, you're going to flip it over like this, and you're going to make sure that this is on safe. So we've made sure the gun is safe. We can mark this as safe, and we'll leave it on there until we have the barrel pointed down range and we're ready to hit the target. To load a magazine, there's a slight curvature like this, which to the right is the front, or you can look at the lips and you can see that they close like this on the back of the magazine. So you're going to take a round and point the back of the cartridge towards the back of the magazine, and you can just push down and it'll go down and click into place, and you can just stack them on top of each other. So now my magazine has 2 rounds. That's enough to show you how to load. I'm going to take the rifle, finger straight, flip it around like this, and firmly insert it into the magazine well. Check, make sure it's tight. Hold down to make sure it's in there. If it's not, give it a whack. So now my magazine is correctly inserted. You can see the top of the magazine and a couple rounds there. Flipping it to this side, we'll notice the paddle. So this is called the bolt catch. I like to hit the bolt catch with my thumb. If you listen, you can hear the bolts go forward. Or actually, I'll just show you. So I'm about to push the paddle with my thumb. There you see the bolts forward, and now it took a round into the chamber. I'm going to clear the rifle now because I'm going to talk more about standing position and how to aim basics. If at this point your rear sight is not up in this position and say it is down like this, you can use this lever and it'll pop up. This rear sight has a front half that folds downward for less precise shooting. As you can see, the hole is a little bit bigger, and for more precise shooting you flip it back up and the hole is a little bit smaller. Say I'm at the range ready to shoot. I'm holding the AR-15 by the pistol grip with my index finger straight, and also by the handguard right here. And so notice the safety is on safe. I'm not going to turn this on fire until I have this against my shoulder. It'll look like this. So that's fire, that's safe. So I'm going to get a boxer's stance. I'm going to put the stock, which is back here, against my outer chest. Once I have it in this position and I'm ready to look down the sights, I can put this on fire. Before you fire, you'll also want to lean forward a little bit to compensate for the recoil of the rifle going backward. Because if you're standing straight up, it can push you backward if you're not leaning forward a little bit. You will be resting your cheek on the stock. I just can't do that because I have the helmet on right now. Basic sights will have a rear sight that has a hole that you're going to look through, and it has a front sight that has a post that you're going to want to put the tip of that post inside of that circle. And then you lean forward, you take your shot. The rifle will go off, the bullet will go down the barrel, the case will be ejected, a new round will go inside of the chamber, and then you're ready to fire again until you run out of ammo. So once you run out of ammo, the rifle is designed to automatically lock the bolt backward, and at that point you'll be able to put the rifle back on safe while it's pointed down range. You can eject the magazine. If your magazine is the one that falls out, then make sure you're holding onto it so it doesn't fall across the range floor. And then set the rifle with the ejection port facing open, and you can go back, reload your magazine, and shoot again. One feature I have not gone over yet is this right here, which is called the forward assist. And what it does is, when you release the bolt by pressing this upper paddle, if you push that and the bolt goes forward, but it doesn't go all the way forward, so I'm going to simulate that. So you can see the bolt moving. If it goes forward and doesn't close all the way, there is a gap right there. You can use the forward assist and push it hard, and you'll see that the bolt does shut all the way. So this really shouldn't be happening, but if it does, that's what this forward assist is for. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.